Greetings, everyone. Welcome to The Outlet, the podcast. I am your plug, Akila the Genius.
And I am Deja the Defender. And then we throw it over to...
Roy the General. I forgot. I already forgot that fast.
I forgot my name. Welcome to The Outlet, the podcast. I want to welcome you into our world and... we're going to just like pick up where we left off. We were talking about, we were having a really good conversation.
Talk about Lucifer again?
You just want to go right into it, huh?
No.
I do want to talk about that though.
Why?
I do like
Why
that.
want to talk about Lucifer?
Why don't I want to talk about Lucifer? I'm intrigued. The same way that you are interested in like just going against the grain for no reason, I really actually like to talk about things that like we just generally don't talk about, right? Remember we like
okay, so let's
like death. We don't talk about it. Ooh, and it's scary to talk about. I think maybe because we don't understand it, or maybe because like it's scary, it's spooky, it's taboo, like death and Lucifer. Like, God forbid you talk about Lucifer because you're going against God for just talking about him, right? Or having an interest in having a conversation about him. I mean, or him or her. I don't know. Lucifer could be a woman too.
Yeah.
Everything comes from a woman. So Lucifer, her.
Couple of facts, right? They say the devil...
Lucifer.
Right. The devil, is dark, is evil, right?
Supposed to be.
Supposedly. So why do we have night and day? Is it nighttime evil? No.
Well,
nighttime is time to rest.
It's a time to rest, but that's when in the spiritual realm a lot of things
the freaks come out at night.
Yeah.
Do you know we as humans fast at night? When we go to sleep, our
that's
body
fasting, correct?
That's why we call it breakfast. Breaking fast.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So our body, our human moral body fast at night.
Yeah.
So, we claim that devils is dark time, dark this and everything. Most of the beautiful things at nighttime. My point is that regardless of the devil or God, there's always a beauty in it. I can take the devil and run with him and say, well, he's this and he's that and blah, 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 blah. At the same token, he's the devil and he do what he wants, I go by my way. He don't affect me the way it is if I really manifest my thoughts into it. It's what we manifest our thought into is what we think in our brains, what we really believe in.
That's true. That's more true.
So we sit down, we talk about the devil, he so this and he that. The more we talk and describe what he do, is more power we giving unto him.
Maybe not, because if you control your thoughts, like you just said, like if you truly control your life through your thoughts and what you think, and then you can't. You won't give power to anything outside of yourself. So like you just said, the devil, God, whoever out there, right? Any other individual, you can't do anything to me. That's why they say any weapon that formed against me shall not prosper, because that's what you've put in your mind to
but they will
believe.
Form, but they won't prosper.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, so it's what you think about that kind of materializes. It's like being on a certain frequency. So nothing external can control me.
So everybody's different.
Unless I give it the power.
Yeah.
And you don't have to necessarily always give power through the tongue. Although they do say power, life and death. Life and death is in the power of the tongue.
Words is powerful. But
it's interesting.
Everybody's different. Right?
Yeah.
Everyone is different. How do an individual learn to control their thoughts?
This should be elementary school, kindergarten 101.
They won't teach you that in school.
They need to.
Why would they teach you that? They won't make no money on medicine. They won't make no money on no hospital. They won't make no money on people breaking down and being poor and being crackheads on the street.
True.
Because most of these people who does that is weak-minded.
Correct.
And then when they're weak-minded is one, but they have no support. The greatest support anybody can get. I can give you, like I saw a video this guy did. You get up in the morning, you're angry because, the world is against you.
Mm-hmm.
I give you $1 million, then nobody can tell you anything.
Right.
Because you're happy. But if I offer you $10 million for your life, you wouldn't give it up. So automatically, life means more than money. $1 million made you happy, but if I offer you $10 million to take your life, you would not give that up.
That's true.
So money does not make you happy.
But it doesn't. Okay, that doesn't even make sense, because it's like, well, okay, I'm gonna offer you $10 million, meaning like take this $10 million and give it to your family, and I can kill you.
Right.
Right, nobody's gonna do that. You're saying some people might do it. I think.
Well, that's kind of like.
But you're right.
Like,
I know
okay,
what you
so,
mean. Like,
so
in general,
I guess I'm getting from this,
that.
like, as far as celebrities, right? When we talk about them selling their soul, right?
Yeah.
And doing those in the Illuminati and stuff like that. Just kind of piggybacking off of what you're saying with life and selling and $10,000 or whatever the case may be. $1 million, whatever it may be. But as far as we kind of view that as the finer things in life has to be monetary, right? That's what makes us happy. But think about it when most of these celebrities, when they enter into these organizations or what have you, right? And in order for them to prosper, right, and make all these billions of dollars, this is the things that they have to sign up to. So what do you say to them when they say, okay, you know, I want to be a millionaire, a billionaire, but I'm going to sell my soul?
What do
you say to that?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to sell my soul, because they don't value themselves, right?
That's like
your choice.
trading your life.
Correct.
That's your choice.
So you don't value yourself. So you were saying about children and how from the beginning you have to, with suicide and all of the things we were talking about. So it has to be like a self-care within, or self-pride within yourself, right? That you won't kind of sell yourself out because of that. Well, because you know vanity and all of those things will fade away eventually, right? But what will stay? Your integrity, right?
It'll kick in somehow,
correct,
right?
Correct.
If you've never displayed it up until this point, you will for some reason.
So is all of that worth it?
It's funny. Well, I was watching this. Is it worth it? Well, I mean, it just depends. It really depends on the individual's values. But I was watching this video on Instagram, I think, and it was just like the guy, he said, I'm not going to be able to remember it verbatim, but you probably saw it. He was like, people change, I think, like, for 3 reasons. Because they have to, and he was like saying maybe they've studied enough that they want to, they've been hurt so much or that they have to, and for some other reason, right? Either because they have to, they want to, and whatever. But anyway, that just makes me think of that. In that moment, you kind of have to change, because it's like, damn, like, I'm going to lose my life.
Correct.
Just like every time we get so super high and drunk, we be like, God, if you just save me today, I swear I won't drink no more. You change in that moment because you feel like you have to, because your life is on the line. Like, oh my God, how'd I get this high?
But I can testify to that.
My belief is this, right?
Yeah.
It's a fact now that if you look at the schooling, you look at the teaching, you look at the parenting that we have now, nobody, I want to say 8 out of 10 people, is not teaching the kids the right thing. Now, what does right thing look like? Right things look like morals, like values. What does really mean something? I tell my kids, money is just paper. It means nothing. You know, what is your purpose of life? To give, to love, to share, to care.
Lesson.
You know, you are a human. You're supposed to be the intelligent being on this planet. Act like it. You know, all these rest of glamour and glitter stuff. So, thing is, teach your kids the most important things in life. They get older, they choose differently. That's on them. You do your job as a parent, as opposed to teach them the right things. Yeah. Let them do what they do after that. You can't control it. That's a fact.
Would you say you're a good father?
I is the best that I can be. I make mistakes. But as I learn as I go.
Correct.
And a lot of my teaching came from my parent, you know. Right. Like I seen what they went through and what they did. And what I did, I'm from a family where my dad don't say he love you. Even as to the day before he closed, he never told you he loved you. It never bothered me. It didn't bother me. That's what it is. I accept it, you know? Yeah. So I would always say, Daddy, I love you. I'll give him a hug. I say, love you. Yeah. And he'd be like, same to you. He'd be so weird, you know, like, same to you. I'd be like, yeah, I'll give him a hug and stuff. But I tried to change that pattern in life that wasn't right.
Correct.
You know, stuff that we do, that we see our parents grow up and we see things that, you know, this shouldn't be that way, that shouldn't be that way. And then we continue to do the same thing, and it confuses me, and something I gotta get to the bottom of. if this wasn't right in your childhood, why continue to do it? I change a lot of stuff when it comes to my kids. I tell my kids I love them, in their life all the time. I'm the friend, I'm the guardian, I'm the security, I'm the bodyguard, I'm everything for them. I teach them, and I don't want to teach my kids, to be urban life versus ghetto life, if that makes sense. But I want to teach them everything in life. Because when they leave my house and they go on these streets or they go out to work, it's a different world.
Or teach them how to adapt. I think that's what it is. Because you want to be able to be in any type of setting and can adapt. Like a chameleon, basically. That's what you want to do. You want to be in any type of setting, you can go to anywhere. Like I feel, when it comes to me, I have friends from all over, different walks of the planet, right? And I think it's very beneficial for me because it shows who I am, right? As a person. So as your children, you always have to, I think the things that my parents did was, being raised in the Caribbean, they would always take us on trips, okay? So they would take us, I would always go to Canada, I would go to the United States, different places like that, different places.
Oh, your family is rich.
Different places like that. So that you can give your children a broader mindset and a perspective about different people. Like, kind of, let's turn it a little bit. The first time I experienced racism was in Pennsylvania, when I moved to Pennsylvania. Being in the Caribbean, you have, I wouldn't say racism, but you have, I guess, colorism, right?
Yeah, black and Indian, that's it.
Yeah, colorism.
But it's not that deep.
And it's about you're dark skin or with light skin, or we have people in St. Thomas where they're white, but they're French descendants, and they don't like to be called white. They like to be called Frenchies. So you will hear them say they're Frenchies, they're not white, right? So just kind of speed up. So I knew about racism, but never encountered it because I was in my island, my Caribbean island. I see black and white people, Indian and Chinese, different people from different walks of the planet interact, mingle, and be with each other. And the first time I went to school in South Carolina, never experienced racism, thinking that it would be in the South. But in Pennsylvania, I encountered it too many times.
Wow.
Too many times, you know? So I think going back to, you always have to show your kids or have them be in different environments and show them the different walks of life, because if you don't, they won't be able to cope. They won't be able to cope at all.
Yeah, and that's one thing, because if you keep a child protected from a lot of stuff, when they come out on the real world, they'll be lost.
And shelter.
Then if you teach a child the ghetto stuff, then they're still lost in somewhat of knowledge,
But they are willing to take risks, and I feel like those people are more self-sufficient.
Which ones?
The ones who you don't shelter as much. The ones who you shelter grow up to kind of be very immature because they don't know how to do anything on their own. So they've been sheltered.
On a kind of sidebar here, right? You all ever think about what you all call the black sheep in the family?
What does that mean? I don't even... The person that, like, the outcast.
They go against the grain. I guess that's the black sheep.
Right.
So, go against the grain.
When you were talking about kids and teaching them stuff, right?
That would be me. I'm the black sheep. Go ahead.
So, being the black sheep of the family, right? It doesn't mean that you're outcast, People don't really understand the depth of that. It don't mean that you're outcast. Black sheep of the family meaning that you're the one child that your parents know that can stand on your 2 feet.
That stands out, though.
That the only one in the family, the only one in the child that will tell you as it is. The only one in the child she got to worry about, or he got to worry about when they go out, because they can defend themselves.
Wow, I never thought
and that's
about
really
it from
deep.
That's
the black
perspective.
Because when people be like, "Oh, I'm the black sheep. My people don't. My parents don't. They don't do what they do for the other ones." Because the other ones not as capable to self-sufficient, take care of themselves that you do.
I never knew
but
that.
A lot of people go into depth and say, "Well, they treat." No, I had one friend back home and he committed suicide, sadly. Well, ever since we was going to elementary school and stuff together, he was old because he was dark skinned. All the kids was white, light skinned. So he was, and I see it with my own eyes, the difference of the treatment. And that was, to me, that was really what they call black sheep, because he was dark skinned and he was really in his head kind of slow and stuff. So it was, that was horrible.
So it's taken on several meanings.
So right, so
Black
no, basically that's really black sheep of family, the one who's like that. But the self-sufficient ones is really not a black sheep. But then you have people who sit and cry every day of their life about being a black sheep, but they don't understand the positivity of being a black sheep.
Right.
And again, it goes back to your mental status, how you look at stuff.
But that's also not understanding the positivity of just being black.
Yeah.
Well, you
Right?
know,
Just being, you know what I mean? Just even though it's hard being, I guess, a black woman in America or a black man in America or
anybody
black
walk
man
up to
anywhere
you,
in this world.
somebody walk up to you and be like, you know, my parents treat me like this because I think I'm the black sheep. The first thing be like, oh, that's a shame. I'm sorry. You seem like a nice person.
What were we talking about earlier? We've been conditioned to believe
Right.
It's about
that
Yes,
everything,
black,
but
or
the
it's not good.
the opposite about everything.
Correct,
Yeah.
We've
correct.
been taught to believe the opposite about
So why
everything.
is that? Why is that? Like, okay, everything that is black is not good. Okay, everything that is black sheep,
Right.
that's
Right.
not good. So
Right.
That's the Western philosophy.
I know that's the meaning behind of it. Like everything that's black.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now, what else? What else that has black on there that they demise or what's
What
the
are you,
word?
black cat is bad luck?
Yeah, bad luck.
Bad luck,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Like, come on.
Correct.
But we see history taught us that all the black people built the best thing in the whole world.
Correct.
Oh wait,
History
no,
taught
not
us.
black people. No,
Huh?
Egyptians.
Who was Egyptian?
See, you know, they trying to change the map. They
Yeah.
changed the
They're
maps
trying to
already.
say that, yeah, it's not
Like,
black. Yeah,
They've changed
Yeah.
maps so many
Let me tell you
times.
something.
But now Egypt is not a part of Africa anymore. It's the Middle East. It's not a part of Africa. Egypt is the Middle East now because
They
they
can
do
kiss my
not
ass for that.
want to credit us for anything.
Yeah.
So right, so look at this man. But
Anything.
so the problem is this, right? We didn't want to go back how many thousand years to who built the pyramids. We look at life today.
Yeah.
Naturally,
Yeah.
black people got the best voice. Proven.
Inventors. Who are the inventors?
Best inventors. Sport, they can't touch us in it. We're the
Correct.
best sport players.
Correct.
Natural gift, we have it. We didn't go to college to use it.
Correct.
You know why they got taken all them little niggas out of college? Because they could play ball. They got skills. They could move. They could drift. They could run.
And look at this.
And they're taking them out and trying to put them there like they're doing something for them.
Correct.
But then they turn around and say that black is bad.
Correct.
Black is this. Black is the other.
It's only as good
As they want us to be.
as they want us to be, but it's as good as they can use it up
Correct.
for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Until they don't have any good use for us anymore.
yeah, you're as
So,
good
yeah.
as I can use you, so to
Correct.
speak. Like,
As woman, right? When you see a woman walking down the street and she got some titties and a butt and stuff, and she wearing a tight dress, what's the first thing come to your mind? Look at her.
No,
She
it
got a tight dress.
depends. It
No,
depends.
9 out of 10 times you'd be like, look at that dress too tight. Why is she doing all that thing?
you say what? Who? Like us personally, or just women in general?
Woman in general.
But I don't agree with that because most of the time, if I see a woman in a nice outfit and maybe she might be voluptuous, I might be like, damn, she look nice.
No, don't. You hear your words you use? You said nice outfit. I never said nice outfit.
Okay, so
I
what
said
are you
tight
saying?
dress.
So it could be a
Tight
tight dress could be a nice outfit.
But so you just tight and you seen everything. You'd be like, oh, she this, that, showing your underwear, showing. Point I'm trying to make is this. Jesus Christ. The point I'm trying to make is this, right?
That was gonna be tough
I know.
because we don't hate.
I know.
If she look good, she look good.
If she barely hanging over, you can talk about it.
I mean,
Listen, we gonna be like, maybe she shouldn't have, but
Wear
I
that
see where
dress,
she
right?
going.
But
with
go
it.
ahead, girl, with your
Go-
confidence.
Exactly.
Like, I mean,
you on 100. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the point being is the same thing the white people do to us. Anything that is
Yeah.
good, they try to discriminate it and put it down.
Correct.
Regardless of how good it is or how gifted it is, they always try to talk
Oh,
about
I
it.
see what you're saying.
That's the
Right,
point.
right.
That's a
The way
natural-
women
that-
just
that's what
kinda-
they're trying to do.
yeah.
So it's like breaking us down,
Well-
no matter how good we are.
All right.
It's conditioning. It's mental.
Yes.
It's oppression. It's what is the word when you meant to keep someone down other than oppression? It's control. Like it's just
Oppression,
all of those
that's
things.
too.
Well, and so everything that they've like beat on us, we've like somehow soaked it up. You
So
know what I
you gotta
mean?
remember-
And now we think like the way they taught us to, so to speak. The way they've educated us to think.
Okay.
We're not enlightened. We're
I-
educated.
I want to say this to everybody listening to us, right? I'm very
Yeah.
privileged to be in America.
Yeah.
It's a problem we run into. People hate Americans, but everybody want to come here
I
because
agree.
you can see a way of life and see a better way of life, right?
Yeah.
And I'm really happy to be here because I feel like you can't preach to save people. I'm not saying I'm a preacher. I'm just saying, most of our island people sort of have the same thinking I have. I mean, they got the bad one, but we still have the morals and values that I have. Coming to America, I feel like I'm given an opportunity to teach this, using this word, quote unquote, sinners about sins. If that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then what I noticed about America is that they, no matter how you are, when you're coming up as a teenager, growing up, whatever, and you become an adult, the system that we live, that is structured in America, breaks you down. Each and every black person or person that I know was poor one time, was homeless at some time, was hungry at some time. Don't say it don't happen in the island. It does happen in the island. Mm-hmm. But it break you down mentally, emotionally, and then they build you back to work for them.
Right. To
run down the shoes, the clothes, the cars, the glamours and the glitters, to give them back that money right there. Mm-hmm. So they build you. It's a military-based country. Mm-hmm. So they structure the system to build the people their mental status in a military way. They break you down to nothing, and then build you back up for them.
Who do you think they learned that from, though?
Them stinking ass European.
The Europeans. I mean, but who did they learn? How to do that?
Do you know
how did they learn that?
So the Europeans that ventured to America.
I'm sorry, but I really don't like to give them any credit.
Credit for what?
Maybe they did just come up with their own evil ways. But I mean, I feel like we gave them everything that they know, but what they did was used it against us.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Which is why, I feel like
benefit them.
But what's so crazy is, I don't know, maybe it was some kind of bargain or something. Maybe this is where, quote unquote, where Thanksgiving came from. So it was some kind of bargain. Okay, if we teach you these things, then you will do this for us, so to speak. But then they were like, I ain't doing nothing for you. You know what I mean? Once they saw the power in what they, just got, right? So, but the thing is, this particular sacred knowledge, right, was probably something that you wouldn't even give people who weren't meant to have it within your own tribe. This is not for you. But you gave it to some stranger. Now look what happened. It's on you.
Indians, they wiped them out and all of those things.
We were probably promised some shit, and then they decided
they reneged. That's what
now it's on you because you fucked up.
So you're thinking that alright, good,
and we're gonna use it all against you. We're gonna sell you your shit back to you and make you believe that none of it even ever came from you, and you're not shit, you're not no good, and you're nothing and you're ugly, and you're all that shit. We did it. We fucking did it. So when Kanye said, what did he say? Slavery was mental or some shit?
A choice.
A choice.
And that's a fact.
It was a fact if we look at it that way.
You got 10,000 strong.
We gave outsiders. You don't ever give outsiders sacred knowledge. They're gonna always use it against you.
All right. So, to defend them back in the days,
they're savages.
Remember, one teaching you get from God is to give. Mm-hmm. And they were very strong.
True.
They were very strong, very spiritual people.
Yeah, you're right. We are still very much.
So, couple things. Do y'all believe that all these niggas was brought here on a slave ship?
I do not. I'm so glad you brought that up. I don't know how deeply I believe in that story.
Here before that.
Yeah.
Before them Europeans would touch base here.
Well, we've been in all four corners of the earth forever.
Right.
But that whole story of slavery
is bullshit. They brought a few of them. They had to make a gun because they were scared. Yeah. Because they were punk.
I think it's part of propaganda.
Yeah.
I think it's part of the...
No, the Europeans that actually came, like Christopher Columbus, that fact, the asshole.
Born out Christopher Columbus.
Right. You're a straight up batty man. But anyhow.
If only I had that sound.
The European that actually came and conquered this American land was the outcast of the Europeans over there. Mm-hmm. How do you sit down and think about ripping babies apart or humans apart? That's some deep demonic stuff.
Yeah, and raping them and
And these are the same people that writes the laws and writes the declarations for us to live by hundreds of years later on. Make that make sense. We ain't living that primitive time no more.
Why didn't the black people who were in charge of the food just fucking poison the food?
You know why?
Like, why didn't we just poison the
Because
food?
they couldn't even trust their own people.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Yeah, because somebody was told.
Right. Do you know that?
Before we even got a chance.
Them crackers, the white people, then go and... You look at the white people, them small as shit.
But
right? Wait, this small as shit. You go hold Kunta Kinte his big ass? He can't hold him. It's his own black people that sell him out.
No, but don't put that on us because
Why not?
Yeah, it is.
Because
it's
as spiritual as we are, right, and as giving as we are, why is it that we still have such a hard time? I feel like trusting one another. I don't think that was in our nature to distrust each other. I don't think
This is generation.
This is part of the curse. Like this is part of the you know what I mean? Like the
So if
indoctrination.
if three of us in this room here, right? And I tell you, you know what? Listen, I'll give you $200 if you back me up in everything I say. You won't do it. Just as well as Uncle Tom ass niggas, they promise them good living and good food and better treatment to go against their own
they have
people.
to live in the house.
Correct.
So when these white people walk into these African community, right, and they brought, just say they got a gold, they got the minerals and stuff that's glam,
The earth
you know
and all
stuff.
that.
They come with a gun now that doom, and I show you one nigga this, you be like, I can give you two of this, you bring me 10 nigga.
You know what? That is
This
so
is
true.
what I do.
It's the same thing.
It's a sellout. It's a sellout. That's
It's
what
a
it
sellout,
is.
but
It's a sellout.
at the same time, it's a big trust issue.
And when you think of our entertainment industry in those terms, like the niggas, so to speak,
Fuck
you know,
them.
they get to live in the house.
Yeah, they're house niggas.
These houses that we could never imagine even probably living in.
Wait.
So because you get to live in the house, you just gonna betray
All of us,
so to speak, and say fuck niggas, kill niggas, rape bitches, whatever they want to say, calling us bitches, all that type of shit, like all of the wrong shit. But those are the ones who get glorified.
Yeah.
By who?
By the same
The
people.
masses.
All right,
the ones that are still brainwashed and think that's okay. So
the way it works, you have to
What are we
understand.
doing?
You have to understand what tele programming is.
yeah,
Shorter than TV for TV, right?
yeah.
On the news, you look at the dog run across the street, get knocked over by a car. Check the time. He get a minute on the news. Shaniqua get shot being pregnant. She get less than 30 seconds.
Correct.
She might get 3 seconds on the news. When this happened to me. I listen to rap, but sometimes in the shop I'll put a 98.9 on and listen to it, right? All of a sudden, I'm getting into these songs because it's play 5 songs all day. It registers in your brain. It sinks in. It gets into your system. So when you have big artists like Jay-Z and them, like Jay-Z got a good flow, or Will Smith and stuff, and that is all you see and all you hearing, you're gonna love it. When I first saw them Porsche truck came out, to me I think they was ugly as shit.
Who?
The Porsche truck, the Cayenne and them. To me I think it was ugly.
Oh,
It looked like a
Porsche
frog.
truck.
If you look at it, they look like a frog. Big eyes in the front, the way they round their body. But today I like it. I see
you
it.
keep
They
seeing
grew on you.
They grew, they beat it on you. There's no choice for you to like it.
I wish these celebrity hear this podcast because they could kiss my ass.
Kiss your ass.
Yes. Oprah, Will, all of them. They could kiss my ass because you know who money they have? Our black people.
His statements are not a view of the entire outlet. Those are his individual thoughts and beliefs. Oprah, we love you, girl.
But listen. The type of money they have, they can change cities.
I know.
The type of money Will have, he could change Philadelphia.
I think Will is trying to, change
Will is the
Philadelphia. I don't know. I'm just saying that I think that he's trying to change things through his art.
True,
and I think through his art. So look at the movie he made. The movie he made, Emancipation. Well, you know what? Never mind. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe
Let me say this to you. Right. All of them. Every one of them. They got money. Wow, they got money that we, the supporters, doesn't.
Yeah,
we buy the movie, we listen to the music, we support everything. And what they give us back,
They don't give us back.
They give us.
It's the same narrative, the same narrative.
Because as soon as they get into that category and be the millionaire, they fuck up everybody else.
And it's kind of like, why do we have to keep? Why do we keep doing these slave movies? Why? Like, why are we still doing it? Like, I don't know.
Slave movies?
Why are we still doing that? Why are we still, again, what I'm saying is everything that we do, whether it's recycled or a new spin on an old thing, because nothing under the sun is new, right?
You know what? I do believe
we continue to perpetuate that same narrative.
I do think that slave movies are beneficial. And here's why.
In the slave movies, are they killing the white people? Do they ever kill the white people?
Some of them.
And then we become victorious? Then it's the fucking same shit. I don't hear it.
Right. Next.
But I mean, I guess the reason why I said that as far as slave movies is good to have them because you see how they're trying to wipe all of these things out of the school books and all of these things. How are kids going to reflect on these movies and see things that even though it might not be the right narrative or it might not show us in a powerful light or a better light, we still need to see those things where we came from because it's how it was 200 300 years ago, whatever, 400 years ago, slavery, right?
Yeah.
So all of that things even though we are still battling things today, a lot has changed, right? A lot have changed.
What do you think is the big change we live in today versus 50 years ago? Because what it was 50 something years ago.
We own homes. We never owned homes back then. We were able to work to make our own money.
Women can work.
Correct.
Because men always work.
Correct. Even though we're still kind of like we're not technically free. Right?
Women work and destroys the family.
It is. But
I'm not going to argue with that. I won't argue with it. But listen, okay, so we're running low on time.